So,
Just so everybody knows, we are streaming to my channel as well. So everybody that's over here, also go to my channel, hit the like,
what's up?
subscribe, and we're also streaming to Jacob's channel as well. So,
And
all
Kick and
right.
a bunch of other channels. We're watching
Yes.
lots of people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
X, what's up? Okay, so
Hey,
you want to
Lisa.
know who's Waters? We're gonna find out who this motherfucker is on the screen because I know you guys are wondering like who is this mofo on Bambi's screen. We're
Who
gonna get to
is
that.
Jacob Waters?
So, Mr.
Gonzo,
Waters,
Gonzo. Hold on
No
one
more,
second,
of
baby.
course.
that
Gonzo, yeah, she didn't offer me any fudge or any treats. She makes treats all the time, and I didn't get any good bribes for fudge or white chocolate or anything. I don't know what's going on.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
oh, is that what you think's going on here, Mr. Waters? You think you're gonna like come on my show and like embarrass me? Is that what you think is Mofo, I'm gonna
Embarrassing?
do
I
you.
don't know about
No, no,
that.
no, 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 no.
Hey,
Mr.
guys.
Sasquatch, quiet. I got you. Just you hold that thought.
I assume she made something.
You want fudge? You want some crappy little chocolate that's gonna melt and be disappeared into your fucking stomach, gone forever? No, sir. I'm gonna make you the Jacob Waters stash bear. Okay, I'm gonna make
Stash
Oh
you
bear.
my
a
God.
stash bear, a Jacob Waters stash bear, and I'm gonna be working on it a couple of weeks. But then again, how am I gonna get it to you? Because you're like I said, you're harder to reach than the president. So we're gonna have to figure that one out, Mr. Illinois.
President, I feel
You're gonna have to get a spirit board and contact him that way.
I mean, if I have to drive and deliver it to you, I'm gonna be real annoyed. But you know I will. So
Have one of the
you wanna
spirits
call
reach
that
out to him and do some coding, you know.
What's up, Mikey the Hammer? What's up, boss?
Well, I
Okay.
heard that you're very difficult to get a hold of, Jacob. Is that
Yes.
true?
It's harder to reach than the president. He is.
me and Bambi used to talk on Facebook, and then she deleted her Facebook, and then she didn't have a way.
No, my
to
Facebook
anymore.
got hacked and then terminated because somebody hacked my Facebook. So I don't have Facebook at all because fuck you. Hack this, cocksuckers. Hack this. That's why I say that. So
that was
unfortunately,
the extent of how hard I am to get a hold of, and
why
I don't
don't you
check my
get, you know
I
what?
don't
Why
check
you
email
get
very much.
IG? Get IG. Why don't you live in 2025? Get IG. Get IG.
Why
What
would
are
I
you
go
doing?
get something to make me easier to get a hold of? I don't like people getting a hold of me all the time. It's nice. Like I have a
Oh,
phone.
so this is my fault. Oh, this is a Bambi's fault. This is my fault. I see where this is going. My fault.
He said this
No,
is Bambi's fault.
No, you're just saying I need to do more to make it more pleasable for you, and I'm just thinking, no, I'm doing just fine.
Are you
I'm
not
gonna
the
keep
man?
on doing me.
Are you
I
not
still
the
got
man?
the.
Do you not have a dick between your legs? Are you not the man?
I haven't checked in a while, but I'll let you know. I'll get back to you.
I don't need to know. You can save that for Mrs. Waters. I don't need to know. I don't cook in another chick's kitchen. And I sure as the fuck don't want her cooking in mine. So I don't need to know, but I'll take your word for it. So Jacob, okay, who are you? Like, why should people? What are you doing on YouTube? Like, why are you here? Why do you do the shit you do on your channel? Like, who are you? And spice up. Don't give me some lame bullshit either. Just who the fuck are you? Like, why do you think you need to be on YouTube?
It's gonna be lame bullshit either way.
Nah.
But I'm on YouTube because I don't know, something fun to do. I like watching UFC fights. I like talking conspiracies with people. I like talking ghost stories, UFOs, time travelers. And what I think when I started out, like I had a co-host when I first started out, and then there's a bunch of drama that happened with that.
Was that boss man guy? Was that?
No, my co-host. All right, I'll give you guys some backstory. A few people from my chat know this, but there was a guy from South America who he kind of came on. He was my translator, and me and him started a show. We used to follow this. I still follow him, but he used to have a channel on YouTube by the name of Aaron Moriarty, and he does like a sci-fi show. And basically, when me and a guy in the chat I call him Pena, and me and him in the chat used to go on the show all the time and kind of co-host with the main host. And then we said one day, oh, we should just go on and start our own show. And so we slowly got in the process of doing it. And then me and him would just come on and have different guests. And I probably interviewed, I don't know, like 50 people with him when I first started out my channel. And at the beginning, it was just me getting drunk and getting high and talking to people about aliens. It was a good time. Yeah, wasn't bad.
Sounds like it. Hey, Mud Rabbit, what's up?
Yeah, Mud Rabbit knows the backstory a little bit.
So
she's one of the OGs.
When was the light bulb moment? Like, when did you go from YouTube to, oh, look at these silly bastards on YouTube, to I can do that shit? Like when was your?
No,
you just sick of the bullshit you were seeing, or you thought I could do better than these clowns? What's up?
No, not at all. I still feel like I'm not a good YouTuber. I don't consider myself good.
Why do you gotta do that?
No, for real. And because I don't know, if I ever had more than 50 people actually commenting in my chat, I'd probably get imposter syndrome a little bit. I don't know, because I do it for fun. I don't go online e-begging for money or anything. Like I literally, like, I have a day job. I don't do
donations. Oh, so you're not Tony Pizza. You're not.
I'm never. Yeah, no. I've been monetized before. I don't ever want to be monetized again. It's too many requirements and restrictions on YouTube. I just do it for fun.
I agree. I understand that.
Yeah.
Could you ever see yourself as a Tony Pizza using YouTube to try to survive and pay your bills?
No. I know a lot of people that do it, and I think they're funny to watch. I'll even have them on my show. Like, I'll have anybody on my show as long as they're not like. I have an ongoing rule on my show. Anybody's allowed to be rude to me. I just don't like when they're rude to my guests. But yeah, no, people come on my channel and beg for money all the time. It's a regular thing.
Well, I've noticed, because I'll come into your chat room sometimes, and I've even said this to Harlow. I'll be like, man, I have no idea what this motherfucker's talking about. Dimension this and portal that. I'm just like, I have no idea. I just sit in there like, no fucking clue what you and Mud Digger are talking about. Or Mud Rabbit.
I am absolutely obsessed with time travel and time bending.
So you talk a lot about philosophy, spirituality, dimensions, sci-fi, for lack of better words. How did you get into that? Did you like swallow the red pill? Was it the blue pill? Like, how did you get into this? Like that whole, I
don't know. There's too many terms. So because you threw red pill in it, I got to define what red pill is. The red pill community is something different. That's like it's like a men's rights.
No, I was referring to like the Matrix. No community.
No, I know, but I don't know. I think of long format interviews, and I think of myself saying, "Yeah, I'm red pill." I'm not exactly red pill, so I don't want to say anything like that.
Right.
But I don't know. I got into this stuff ever since I was a little kid. I always wondered about the afterlife and like what happens after death, and if
you're into parapsychology, yeah.
Well, yeah, if places can hold energy, if I always wonder what ghosts are, spirits are, stuff like that. I kind of believe in the idea that memory can be left on a building. If enough of a traumatic event happened, I feel like something gets left behind.
Where are you with that? With remembering? Are you? Would you say that you are remembered? Like, is that what maybe like drew you to seek the things that the answers you're seeking? Like,
what do you mean by remembered?
Like certain things you may have remembered that maybe you've forgotten, maybe past stuff. And I'm not talking like past lives and stuff, but just like
I believe in past life stuff. Like, I believe in reincarnation. I believe in past life stuff. I think we're meant to repeat this until we get it right. I think I don't know. I'm a little more cynical than most. I think the earth is like purgatory, and you got to kind of figure out what you're going to do, and you're doomed to repeat it until you get it right. That's kind of my thing. And you have to raise your vibrations in life, and I don't know, overall be a better person. It's easy to do, but I mean, in theory, but most of the time, if you're thinking about practicing it over many lives,
what do you think about
a long process?
What do you think about the practice of Let me try to think of the proper words to put it in. Like people that would practice, say, in like binary code and the architect, and where do you stand on any of that? Like, or do you even know what I'm talking about?
If I put too much thought into it, I would say we're 100% living in a simulation. But I say I believe in reincarnation because it's something I want to believe in. But if you look at all evidence of it and like what most scientists think, I would say that we're probably living in a simulation and we're just Sims, playing Sims. And
Well, do
the
you think
chances of
somebody could? Do you think there are people that could hack in to that, or maybe they remembered that they were Sims? And
yeah,
they can
I
hack
think.
in?
Well, so I think something hacking into the system or going outside of the code would be what we would call a religious experience, or like maybe a messiah or something like that. It could be explained away. Yeah, like because religion can also fit into simulation. It's just something outside of the code. So I don't feel like religion is actually outside of simulation theory. So, and I think that makes a lot of sense for like when people see something in the sky or they see something in nature and it looks weird, like they see a bird stopped in the sky and they have footage of it all of a sudden, or like weird objects in the sky. I think a glitch would make more sense than it actually being an object floating in the sky or aliens.
UFO is what you're saying, yeah. They're like a UFO.
Yeah. But then simulation theory, you have to explain what like space is and stuff like that, or I don't know. It gets a little deep. I've looked into all the different theories. I'm not against any of them, but I would say simulation theory is probably the strongest one.
Right.
So where do you stand? I'm sorry, Bambi.
No, please go ahead. No, please go ahead.
Where do you stand when it comes to spirits, ghosts, things like that?
I think they all exist. I think they're. I think that things. So I used to fuck around with a Ouija board a lot when I was younger, and that's why you had me laughing when you said Bambi could get a hold of me on a spirit board, because you probably could. I got a direct line. But I don't really fuck around with it anymore. I did it when I was younger and talked to some really weird people. I talked to somebody. I talked to some really dark people. I could go into some of those stories. Yeah, I learned as I got older, but I think there are people that haven't figured out that they're dead. If that makes any sense. Because
I think that would be the worst. Don't you think? Wouldn't that be the worst to be stuck
some
here?
Of the rules.
Like,
well, I just know this from personal experience talking to people on Ouija boards, or to, I don't know what you call entities on Ouija boards.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're all people. I've talked to some things that definitely aren't people.
Right.
That were never walking in human form is what you mean.
Like a demon.
Oh, they might have been walking in human form, but they were they were much greater than a human individual.
Absolutely.
They weren't defined by years.
Vinny is panel shy. Okay, Vinny's panel shy. I cannot get him to come on the show. I'm sorry, Ice. Sorry to interrupt you. No,
you're good. But when I was talking to people on Ouija boards, one of the first rules is you have to actually ask when you're talking to somebody if they know that they're deceased. And I've had people or entities leave the board after that and just stop responding. And so
why is that?
I wondered
What's the reason for that. I've never heard that before. So what is there?
I wonder if they didn't. Yeah, I think you have to ask them, because you do run into situations where entities don't know, they could just be wandering around aimless without actually knowing where they're at and what they're doing.
Right. Well, what if they lie to you? What if it's like a demon and he's like,
oh,
no,
you'll get people.
They absolutely do that.
They absolutely lie to you.
That's what I'm saying. They lie. So it's like you can't really believe what you're talking to, because
what I judged off of these actions were, when I said, do you know that you're deceased, the person left. So it wasn't like they had time to sit and lie to me. It was like when I said something, all of a sudden they were like, oh crap, and then I assume they said oh crap and then they left. I don't know what actually happened. I don't know why you wouldn't continue the conversation if you just heard that statement. If you knew you were dead, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I've had a few situations where they just leave the board. I've had the scariest situation I think ever is I talked to this whole family of people that was gotten rid of by their husband or slash father. It was two girls that we talked to, and you could tell they were younger because they're almost like trapped in the mindset of when they were younger because they spell things bad and like just little things. Like it's so strange. They would like spell words wrong.
Well, I
But
heard spirits and like demons and spirits are shitty spellers, anyways, from what I understand.
No, because depending on the age that they passed away, they were more mental. They had better mental acuity and were spelling things more correct. And spirits like demons or higher entities or lower entities, whatever you want to call them, they move things with incredible speed and strength. Theirs is just more rapid and intense.
Right.
But yeah, this guy had got rid of his family. I don't even say the guy's name anymore because names are really powerful. And like when I'm using those boards, like I have this guy's name like crossed out on the back. And we didn't know if the story was real. And then we went to the town over and found all their graves. And it apparently was a true story. Right. And we talked to them all. It was weird. Yeah.
Whoa.
One time we talked to the Grim Reaper as well. That was probably the weirdest one that actually had real life like consequences.
You actually spoke to the Grim Reaper.
I don't know what it was.
I mean, like, what did it say?
Maybe
to make
because things can lie to you. So you already understand that premise,
right? Yeah.
If you're going into it knowing that, it's hard to think about. So it was me, my best friend since I was a child, and it was his girlfriend at the time. It was just three of us, and we kind of went on the board during the day. Me and this girl that he was dating draw like weird energy to the boards. Like I don't have to put my hand on the pendulum if people are around me that also have decent energy. We can just kind of hover our hands over it and it'll move. I can't explain it. I don't know why it does that. Yeah. But we were talking, so we went on during the day, which doesn't usually work for most people. And this guy jumps on. We're like, "Hey, who are you? What do you want to talk about?" He goes, he identified himself as Grim, just Grim. And we said, "Oh, ha ha ha, like it's the Grim Reaper." And like we kind of like laughed it off. And we're like, what do you want to talk to us about? Or who do you want to talk to? And I think he spelled out my friend's name. And then he wanted to talk to him about, and then he spelled death. And then we flipped over the board. We didn't close it properly. We didn't do anything right. We just kind of like took off. We were like, fuck this. Let's go. And we left. And then a month later, my friend got into a car accident with it was on Christmas Eve and ended up taking somebody's life. And then he called me a week after, and he goes, "Hey, do you remember when we talked to that?" Like I hadn't even thought about it. And he goes, "You remember when we talked to that person a month before?" And I'm like, "Whoa, man." I was like, you can't think about that because it's not going to make any difference. Like it didn't matter how we talked to whatever it was on the board. It wasn't going to be able to change the outcome of what happened. Yeah. Like he couldn't have lived his life any differently and known, I don't know. It's a in place to be stuck in. So we ended up putting down Ouija boards after a while. We got into some dark spots.
I can imagine. So do you guys want to know how me and Mr. Waters met? You guys like to see it? I got it on video. You want to see how we met?
You got the video?
I got it on video. You want to see it? I got the whole story. I'm going to tell these people our dark little secret.
Absolutely.
Our dark little secret.
I know exactly what video it is.
All right, here it comes. How he thinks.
So picture this. It's 2 a.m. in Brooklyn. The moon's hanging over the BQE like it's a cheap lamp in a social club. Bambi's in her apartment, smoking a cigarette out the window like a noir femme fatale. She's watching YouTube on her cracked-ass phone. Yeah, classy, right? She stumbles on a video titled, "Man Attacked by Bigfoot Behind Gas Station. 100% real, not clickbait." Naturally, she clicks. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back, So in the video, this YouTube creator's got his selfie stick out. He's breathing heavy, whisper yelling, Guys, there's definitely something out here. Oh shit, it's Bigfoot. Then the camera spins and all you see is a blurry raccoon the size of a toddler charging him. He's screaming like he's in Goodfellas getting whacked. Bambi's dying laughing. I mean, tears, snot, the whole nine. She hits the comments like, bro, that's a crackhead raccoon, not Bigfoot. Put some respect on Jersey wildlife. The creator sees it, of course, because she got a big mouth. Comments blowing up. He responds, bet. Prove it wasn't Bigfoot. Let's do a collab. Investigation. You down? Now Bambi ain't one to turn down a dare. She's like Joe Pesci with tits and better hair. She hits him back. I'll bring the cannolis and the pepper spray. You bring the camera and your balls. Boom, instant friendship. Like De Niro and Pacino, but with less murder so far. Next week, they meet in real life at the same shitty gas station. She rolls up in her dented Corolla. Window won't roll down. She's yelling through the crack like, you the Bigfoot guy, get in. I don't bite much. They spend the night filming, scaring each other over possums, getting drunk on 99 bananas mini bottles, yelling Bigfoot every time a stray dog farts. They upload the collab titled, We Solved the Bigfoot Mystery. He's a crackhead named Tony. Goes viral. Comments are all, I'd watch 100 of these. Bigfoot's Italian now? The sexual tension is unreal. Boom. They're YouTube partners for life. She calls him her video consigliere. He calls her Don Palermo. And that's how it happened. Anytime someone asks, they just say, we met through Bigfoot. Which, let me tell you, is way less suspicious than saying, we met in the trunk of a Caprice classic. Forget about it. For more crazy chat tales like this one, subscribe and hit the friggin' like button.
That's right. That's how we met. We met over Bigfoot. Right.
I mean,
True
it was a little
story.
different.
True
It
story.
was a little
True
different than that.
story.
Oh, do you want to tell your side? You can tell your side now. That's my side. You can feel free to tell your side if you'd like.
How did we meet? Let's see.
And the Bigfoot guy. Bigfoot raped
Probably
me.
from the
Bigfoot
Bigfoot
assaulted
guy.
me.
But the first time I think was I was kayaking, and you joined my stream, and Paula joined my stream. It was you and Paula up on a stream with me. It was an interesting morning, and I was taking shots of whiskey. It was like from 5 a.m. to like 8 a.m. and I was kayaking.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's the first time we met.
That is, yeah.
That I officially remember.
Yes.
And I only remember
Every time I
parts
see
of it.
Jacob kayaking, I ask him if he's seen Bigfoot. Because we were talking about
She asked me every
guy.
morning. Well, I was on a long trip, and you asked me every morning that I went live. You were like, "Did you see a Bigfoot last night?" And she kept checking with me for the whole trip. It's like a 72-mile trip, and she kept checking in with me every day, just to make sure.
You there yet? No Bigfoot? You're still alive? All right. Yep. That's how we met. We met over Bigfoot. I don't know. I think my story's a little bit more dramaticer. I think I like my version.
I don't know. Tony Pizza's a little overrated for me.
I agree. He is. I don't know why anybody pays him any mind, honestly. You know, a year, 2 year, whatever. Now we're on year 3.
He likes the attention. He likes the attention.
I mean, it's the same crap.
Yeah,
give me money. Give me money. I'm the poor guy. Poor dog. I'm homeless. I'm a gangster. Every day, wash, rinse, repeat. And I don't know. You know that cocksucker made $150,000 2 years ago off of YouTube? 150K, that motherfucker. 150K. And that was just the cash apps that me and Sungrown knew about. Could have been more. 150K. He suckered motherfuckers out of. Making them think that, you know, he's the poor guy. I feel bad. I mean, I'm a good person too, but if you think I'm going to pay your electric bill and I'm going to like pay your rent and let you sit on your fat ass, you got nothing coming. Ain't nobody giving me a free ride. Ain't nobody giving me a free lunch.
There's so many YouTubers that do that. Like YouTube is a place for a lot of people to come and be victims.
I don't get it.
I enjoy watching it.
It ain't no free lunch for me. I'll tell you that. Ain't no free lunch out here for me for sure. Man. So, Mr. Waters, he's like, I'm ready to get into the bullshit segment. Fuck these questions.
We skipped over a lot of stuff. It's okay. It depends. If you're in a hurry, I can go back and talk
I'm
about
not in
some
a
of the
hurry.
other stuff.
Are you in a hurry?
Okay.
I'm not in a hurry.
No, I didn't.
No, I have some questions for him,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
I'm perfectly open to it.
Now, when it comes to ghost hunting, do you do any ghost hunting?
I've went to, I wouldn't call it ghost hunting. I've used a spirit box before and I've done some things, but it's usually like, it was more antagonistic when I was younger. As I got older, I didn't really mess with it the same way. I grew and didn't really want to fiddle around with it. Like I believe that there's spirits in places. And if I can help them, like I think I have the ability in some ways to help, but I would have to be needed kind of thing. I wouldn't go around like looking for trouble. I wouldn't go ghost hunting like in that way.
Right.
But I could tell somebody if there's some energy somewhere. Like if somebody asked me to come check something out, I could actually do it.
Yeah.
For the most part. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to go do it voluntarily.
You're like me. It's not
on
something you go
camera.
looking for. You don't go looking
it's
for
also
it, but you'll do it if you gotta.
Yeah, and I wouldn't, and I don't think I would ever try to record it and put it on camera kind of stuff, because I think that really fucks with the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you actually have the intention of helping whoever's there or the spirit that's there or whatever, like if that's your actual intention, putting it on camera is not going to help anybody in this situation.
Well, I mean, even with good intentions, you can still get fucked up. I mean, because let's be real, when you're dealing with parapsychology, no one's an expert. No one really knows. It's a bunch of educated guessing. We think, but nobody really knows. Until you die, when you're dead, then you fucking know. But none of these people actually, nobody knows really. I mean, we really don't. We think, but
usually what happens is you can gauge the strength of the things that you're dealing with, and you'd know if you should be able to know if it's over your head or not. And if you need to call in bigger arms, bring in the Catholic Church.
Have either of you on panel been to Gettysburg? Because X is saying he'd like to go to Gettysburg. Do you guys have any questions for Mr. Waters? You guys got any questions? Anybody in chat?
I have been there.
What'd you think of it? What was your impression of
it? Was the scariest, most exhilarating experience of my life when it came to anything like that. It was incredible. It was actually when you finally calm down from your first, I don't know, 3-4 experiences back to back like that, and you finally calm down and you take it in and you're just standing there in the quiet, it's almost like you want to cry because there was so much blood that was spilled there. It's such a sacred place.
What's up, Dart?
It's basically a graveyard. Hey,
good
Marta.
That's right. Pizzaverse, baby. So, Jacob, what do you think the number one misconception is about you? What do you think people get wrong about you? What is the number one? Do you think? Because, I mean, I get a lot of misconception. People think some like really crazy shit about me. What do you think the number one thing is about you that people get wrong?
I don't really know.
You don't really know?
No idea.
All right.
I don't really care though. I mean, I feel
you
like
don't have to care.
I feel like no. I'm just saying in general. I feel like people get shit wrong about me all the time, but it's usually
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah. What do you think the number one thing they get wrong about you is? What is the number one thing you think they get wrong?
I don't know. It depends on what my last short I uploaded was. Like I get people that'll jump in my comments like, this person knows nothing about blah 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 after watching a 20-second clip of it. And I'm like, oh, like I don't know. People get stuff wrong about me all the time. I don't know. Right. I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining. But I don't really have like a misconception, I guess, that I can point to that like everybody goes to. I don't know. That I'm a self-proclaimed idiot. I don't claim to be smart about. I don't claim to be smart about anything. So it's easy.
Right.
It's easy for people to say I'm dumb about things.
Well, nobody likes to know it all. Nobody.
Right.
You know.
Nah. It's easy.
What do you think?
It's easy.
You go down rabbit holes. We talked about Michael Aquino. We talked about a couple of things. What's the biggest rabbit hole do you think you've gone down, or that you've regretted?
Biggest rabbit hole I regretted.
Yeah. Mine's Michael Aquino. I wish I had never gone down that rabbit hole. The whole Michael Aquino thing. I wish I had not.
So Michael Aquino, like people just claim to have ties to him. I don't really know a lot of people that actually do have ties to him. Maybe one person, but this guy's like a vampire, and he's
not a vampire. He's a pedo. He's not a vampire. He's
no. One of the people that I know that actually worked with Michael Aquino. He's a vampire. He still does YouTube.
You're talking about the military guy, the military contract, the government guy, Michael Aquino.
Yeah.
The Basidian.
The guy I'm talking about used to. So the guy that I'm talking about that used to work with him. So I've done a lot of study into.
He actually used to work with him, like no joke.
Yeah, he used to work for a government library or something like that. He handled government files. His name is Douglas Dietrich. He's actually an author, but he's a legit vampire too. Like he drinks blood and shit, and he doesn't really consume food that much.
Does that make you a vampire, or does that make you a cannibal?
I don't know. He drinks blood and stays up and does, well, I think he does a lot of booger sugar too, but he stays up and does like 12-hour streams.
And this guy works for the government
every other day. Used to work for the government. Used to work for a government agency handling files.
Wow, I feel safe. I feel safe.
He's an interesting cat. Well, I met him through. I got into this like really big sci-fi community, and the sci-fi, well, the SSP community and all that stuff. It gets really deep when you start messing with YouTube because everybody's got their own like agendas and motives. Some people are out there to make money. Some people are out there to get famous. It's really weird. And as long as you're going into it like just trying to interview people, you still run into a lot of weird people because the weirdest people aren't the experiencers for me. Like people that are experiencers kind of just want to talk to people. It's the people that aren't experiencers and just do wild shit. That's when you start running and like butting heads with people. Like other hosts are really weird.
Oh yeah, you gotta be real careful with that stuff. Mofos will get real butthurt real quick and take things wrong real quick. You gotta be real careful. Yeah, I know what you mean. Darkside is saying he was seen in the States, Jacob. Said he's in Oklahoma, but he's been seen in West Virginia.
What are we talking about?
I'm not sure. I was talking about Michael Aquino.
Oh, I don't want any. Thank you.
I'm not sure.
Michael
They're
Aquino.
talking about. They were
I
talking about.
I don't know
Pena?
what. Servet could be. Oh, Michael
I don't know
Pena.
who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
That's a whole nother story that I probably. That's my
I
co-host. That's my co-host that I was talking about. Because I didn't tell you guys how I used to have a co-host when I started my show. I didn't tell you how like the whole thing ended.
Okay, yeah. Well, please continue.
So Gonzo can account for most of this. I think he's their illegitimate child. Basically, what happened was.
So he's the record keeper, the historian of all this epic event.
Yeah, he's the child that came from Pena and the mermaid. And so I'm just gonna refer to the girl as the mermaid because it's just easier. And please don't put her name in my chat, everybody watching, because that's not appropriate.
Are you gonna get me in trouble? Are you gonna get me in trouble here?
No, it doesn't go on your chat. It just goes into my chat.
Well, it's not like I care if I get in trouble. I just want to know what's coming at me. They're not gonna.
No one's gonna be doxing me. But my channel is appropriate.
Man, I don't know how to handle mermaids. So
I have a strong community of good mods. I'm not worried about that.
I'm just saying I don't know anything about mermaids. I don't know how to handle them. I don't know how to defeat them. So I don't need no mermaid lady coming at me.
Well, why would you want to defeat them?
Because he's about to tell us a story about a mermaid lady.
He will by the end of this story.
Yeah, see exactly. I know where this is going.
So
have you ever heard of a Naga? You ever heard of a Naga, Mr. Waters?
Yeah.
Okay, Naga's like a mean, evil ass mermaid. You kill those bitches. And it sounds like we're about to deal with a Naga. Please continue.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, hell no.
All right. Well, I used to have, it's more of a siren story rather than a Naga, more of a siren.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Simon.
okay.
There we go.
better mermaid equivalent.
I'm beautiful
Well,
and I
there's-
sing and I rip your soul out. Okay.
There's
Let's
this
do
mermaid that, there's this mermaid that came around, and first she started flirting with me, and then I was like,
Shit.
meh, and
You know you're
then
married. You
she
got a
started
girl,
getting,
right?
oh yeah, then she got in a fight with my
Oh,
girl,
you can't
and
do
that was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
You don't
then she
swim in
got-
another dude's pool.
Then she got in a fight with my mother. Then she got in a fight with,
You know, she should know better. She's a mermaid.
I don't know. She just got in a fight with lots of people. And then I remember I was on a live stream for a really long one. What's up?
Fighting mermaids over
We're
there.
explaining.
Harlow.
We're
You
explaining
see
the
why I hang out
mermaid.
with them?
We're
Good
explaining the
Lord.
mermaid story and how she came to exist. She's
Oh,
like, oh,
shit.
great.
Wonderful.
But yeah, basically, yeah, she started talking to my co-host, and all of a sudden my co-host was pretty entrapped by this siren, and he started like not showing up for shows, and he started doing this other thing with this other community, and he started doing his own shows, which I thought was cool. But then she started running his shows, and so this is kind of when I like separated off and started doing my own thing. But all throughout this girl is trying to like take me down in every community I'm around. It's the funniest shit. Like, she has a vendetta against me for life. And I don't know. First, she tried to do it with Jake Hudson. You guys have met Jake. Well, Bambi, you've met Jake Hudson. First, she
Yeah,
accused
why would
me
she
of.
go after that guy? He's like, that's like,
She accused me of. She
no.
accused me of making fun of him and picking on
No.
him, and I was like, I
Right.
do nothing mean to Jake. He comes on my channel and asks people for money. Like, he's
Does
one
she
of those
not
people that goes,
understand the name of your title, founder of? Does she not read that? Does she not understand what that
well,
means?
that's the funniest thing. The reason I have that is because of Jake Hudson. That's why I have that. It's an inside joke. I'm not a good person. I don't claim to be a good person.
Brian, I do agree with you on that. I do agree, but that's all I'm gonna say on that. I do agree with you. I do agree with him. He is an a-hole. He treated me like half a fag. I ain't got time
What up,
for
black
that.
guys?
That was nothing but nice to him. So no.
Jake is very reactive on the internet, but I love Jake. Like, I get why he does the things he does. I get it all. I understand Jake. And so once you have somebody figured out, you don't get offended by.
Is this for real? Is Dark being for real? The mermaid's been with like pro wrestlers for real, or is she just like tall tales?
She
like
no, that is a true story. She has
really.
dated,
It's not a pizza
pro
tale.
wrestlers. No, it's not. It's a true story.
How did the mermaid end up in your chat room? How the hell did you get a mermaid?
I don't know. Sirens end up in the weirdest places. But so she ended up snatching up my partner, accusing me of a bunch of stuff, and shit just got weird. And then now he's not allowed on the internet. I think he moved from South America to Oklahoma, and I think he's in hiding. Like, I won't get into his personal stuff because like he was married and stuff in South America.
Hey, Smoke. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Gunsmoke. Mr.
Whisperer, good to see you. Oh, that's Gay Smoke, the rat whisperer. No. Don't be confused. Don't confuse him with Gunsmoke. You'll be going to war with that one. I can't be having to sit down over that.
Sir,
what's up? Good to see you. I missed you. I thought
she was legit with Rico, but I don't know about any of them, to be fair. But Rico was a shirt.
So, let me get this straight. You have a mermaid that came up into your joint that fucks pro wrestlers. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I get high before I came on this podcast?
Harlow, and you wonder why I hang out with this fella. Now you know. Now you know. Mermaids and
that's just how my channel started. That was just like the first year and a half.
Kayaks, mermaids, and Bigfoots. Sounds like a Bambi cartoon.
You know what? I think it should turn into a cartoon.
Oh, shit. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Oh shit.
I'm just going to town with these cartoons.
Hey, T Renee.
What's up, T Renee? Man.
What up, Brett? Good to see you, man.
Okay. Then we had Don, not a Gambino, Rocco.
Trinket, Pinkett Smith.
That whole debacle. That was fun.
Yeah, I met Rocco. So that's the thing.
He tried to kill me. He put a hit on me, He put a hit on me. You know that, right?
Rocco was under the radar for so long. Like, it was just a matter of time before he kind of got into the spotlight. He was doing videos for probably 10 years before people realized it. And he was like a regular guest on my show. That's why I was saying, like, I've had so many guests. It was weird that people all of a sudden were drawn towards Rocco. And like I said, I've had way stranger guests. The
people that are drawn to him are copycats. I mean, you know.
Well, no. They were drawn to him for different reasons. Most of it was because of the bad things he was doing, which I agreed with. Like, if he's being mean to women on the internet and soliciting pictures and like doing weird stuff like that, like, if that's the case, then I believe you should call people out on being chomos or whatever your issue is.
Well, yeah, of course, obviously. But you know, those women at the same time have the right to stay the fuck away and not watch, not troll, not participate too. I
That's
mean,
the thing. Sometimes
like a
in those
responsibility on this internet. You know what I'm
get
saying?
you, but in those communities, in those SSP communities, people are both a lot more vulnerable. I've ran into people that are autistic. I've ran into people that are just socially awkward.
He's clearly mentally ill. That's why I stopped like again being like full on Bambi with him, because he's clearly mentally ill. Clearly, it's blatantly obvious the guy's mentally ill, and I'm not going to sit there and run down and harass a mentally ill person. Pizza's Rocco's a whole different monster.
And I judged it by schizophrenia because of just it had to do with his weed use. I was wondering if he was buying from like a street guy and he didn't know what he was getting, because I felt like when he had sativa, that's when he is like way wilder. Like he I don't know, he had a whole different.
It seems like he's using more than weed, honestly.
No, he got to a point where he was starting to drink and do pill. Like, don't get me wrong, that boy got drove to a point where.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, based on his erratic behavior, the things he says. I mean, he either has a severe delusional disorder.
Oh yeah,
or he's like on a fucking meth psychosis bender, hallucinating that Don Juan magic wand sitting in his fucking living room. You know what I'm just saying? Like,
in general, he doesn't have the money to go out and get like fucked up all the time. I just know the guy. He doesn't have a lot of money, and what he does have, he's not working for it, so he's on a strict, set of funds. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I bet the pills are there, and he probably knows if you mix the pills with alcohol or something like that, it's not going to be, because I guarantee he's prescribed something. Like there's no way, there's no way he's not. It's 2025. He's got some kind of prescription.
And we have a special guest in the chat room in honor of my girl Beetle, who said hello to Mr. Waters. Miss Beetle. That's right. Beetle's in the house. What's up, Beetle?
Hi, Beetle.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell, like at first I didn't know if it was like a YouTube, because some people will come on here and play a persona, they'll pretend that there's something, and the whole time they go into it knowing I'm going to pretend I'm this. All right. They just don't let their audience know. And then there's some people who are truly delusional and really believe the bullshit they're spewing. So, and some of it also, there's some people that like to get all fucked up, come on live and say the most ridiculous shit on the fucking planet. Like, oh, planes are watching me and the CIA's outside. It's hard. I never am able to like truly judge what the fuck's going on. I just kind of watch it. And if they're crazy enough, I try to stay away from it. That's how I feel. When it comes to
Rocco, the craziest thing about everything with him is prior to all his drama and stuff happening, there's a lot of people in the SSP community that would actually vouch for Rocco. Like, And Rocco never like broke character, like he wasn't playing a character. That's why, because I tested him out on that. Rocco talked to me a lot offline, and he never really denied.
No, I don't think he's playing
so,
a character. I think he truly believes.
And
I've listened to him for months, and I truly think he believes the stuff he's saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying what happened to him is true by any means, but I believe that he 100% believes it.
like for example, like of Tony Pizza, and I hate to use him as example. You know damn well some of the shit he's saying it just for attention. You know, like you know damn well he knows he did not crash Evil Knievel's fucking funeral. You know, goddamn well, you know what I'm saying? Like he's saying shit that's so ridiculous. Like, you know, he himself doesn't believe it. He's just saying it for YouTube. Now, some of the shit he says, I think he does truly think he believes it. But with Rocco, there is no pretending. It ain't role playing. He's not pretending.
Yeah,
he's an MK Ultra victim. In his mind, he is one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad, actually. I mean, imagine living that life.
Oh my gosh, there was this wild.
You know, you think what you think is reality really isn't reality. I mean, imagine living like that every day.
There's this fucked up show, and it was in the middle of the night, and I just felt like I don't know what I felt like. I was in a fucking mood, and Gonzo was in the chat. Rocco was doing something wild, and I like go online and I wait for him. I was watching his show, and I was waiting for him to realize that I was live, and I just started reading off numbers. And he thought I was talking to him. And so he starts having a conversation with me. And I'm having a conversation with him. Like we're both live on YouTube. It was the funniest shit. And Gonzo was there watching. There was probably only 5 people watching. And Rocco's, he's convinced he's like a super soldier. Like he believes, like, I don't know how much of it was told to him by other people as well, because that's also something that happens in that community a lot. A lot of people will tell you what happened to you. Like I've had people in the community tell me what happened to me, and I just tell people I don't remember any of these things, but I can't confirm any of these things with anybody.
You'll have to forgive my shock. Square said hello to you, and is that true what Chi-Chi is saying? Did he really say that? Because I am appalled.
That was I don't know if that
I am too.
I am appalled.
So here's the whole thing with it. Is he admitting to a crime, or is he being delusional and talking about being in a secret space program?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it true? Did he actually mean it, or even still? You know, forget if he meant it or not.
Who would say that?
I don't care how crazy you are.
He says the same things happen to him.
That's not something that you lie about. I don't care. That's insane.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
Mental or no mental, that's not okay.
I don't think it matters if it happened on Saturn or if it happened on Earth. You shouldn't talk about it. And you also shouldn't try to get attention for it on the internet.
Yeah, mental illness is not an excuse for bad behavior. Mental illness is not an excuse. Like I know
they sold a book. They sold a book and made money on it. They sold a book and tried to make money on it. Him and that Steve guy.
Steve.
Yeah, he was the author, I think. But yeah, they sold a book on Amazon or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't even know. So this is what I mean. Like, is it a crime to do that? If he's allowed to put that in a book, you got to prove to be sold at Amazon. And
anybody can write a book. I can write a goddamn book. Anybody can get a book on Amazon.
Yeah, but that shit would get shut down if it was against the law, or depending on it. Like, how are you classifying your story? Are you classifying it as truth?
Either whether he did it or not, what kind of a person, delusional or non-delusional, says that? Would you ever say that?
I couldn't see myself saying that, no.
Harlow? I don't care if I'm fucking manic, out of fucking control. There's no way I would ever say something like that.
No, you don't say something like that. If you say something like that, it's in your head.
No.
So here, let me also add a little more premise to it. So what if the girl reached out and told you that, because I know the girl that reached out and told him that this happened, and she's the one that claimed it, and she's another SSP person. So what if I told you one crazy person reached out to another crazy person and said, hey, you did this to me when we were on Saturn, whatever. I'm just making that shit up.
I'm gonna give you my
I don't know where they were at.
non-professional opinion.
So
she's fucked in the head. I'm gonna give you my non-professional opinion.
okay,
Anybody that says that, it's not
and then
true,
he
fucked in the
comes to, and then he in his head comes to grip with the idea that maybe he did this.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up on so many
No,
levels.
I'm just saying, think about because you're not thinking about it deep enough.
No, I
You got
am,
one-
and I'm saying, do you realize how
because
fucked up that is? That is
because
so
this is how the actual story started.
effed
Is
up on
somebody
so
else
many
reached out to
levels.
him. That's why I said people implant
Yeah.
this inside of this community. Is other people will reach out and talk about the horrors that they did to each other, and it's just like, oh, now they're corroborating each other's stories,
Right.
and people are just agreeing to it all, and having to like come to some trauma that they didn't even. I don't know if they did it or not. I'd like
Right.
it would. I don't know. It's weird, but it's.
Well-
Could you imagine putting yourself in that actual psyche? Like, it's not just him
No.
coming out of nowhere and being like, "Oh, this happened to me." That
That's
would
what
be
I'm
one
saying.
level
It's
of person.
fucked up that she was
It's
able
not
to
that
make
level.
him believe something that may or may not have happened.
Yeah, it talks
You know what I'm
about two
saying? I mean,
great,
that's so
and that's,
fucked up on so many levels.
and then you have
So many
other
levels.
people, and then you have other people cheering you on around you in that community.
Yeah, that's so messed up.
Isn't
You
that
know, and as
strange?
for what you said,
Like-
Sam Gonzo, about shock jocks, okay, first off, that's a deflection. I'm not saying you're deflecting, but anybody that says horrible, vile shit, like, oh, I touch little girls, and I'm not talking about Rocco. We have a fucking freak in our community that likes to say that sick shit. That's not shock jock, that's a deflection. You know, like those motherfuckers that get caught with child porn, and then they're like, oh, well, I didn't know they were a kid. I was just curious. No, you're a pedo, and you just got caught, and that's a deflection. It's a deflection. Any normal adult human being is not going to say that kind of shit to shock somebody. Only a sicko is. Only somebody who's sick in the fucking head who has those kind of thoughts. And I don't care who wants to argue with me about it. Tell me I'm wrong. Do any of you in this chat room want to shock people by saying, ooh, I touch kids? I mean, is that something any of you in here would ever say? There's no fucking way. I don't care how shocking I want to be. I could think of a dozen other things to shock you with than saying that I'm a goddamn fucking chomo. That's a deflection. And I don't buy it. I don't buy that deflection bullshit. Not when it comes to chomos and pedos and sex offenders. You are not skating with me. And I'm not saying he's one of those, but just in general. And when I'm not talking like, I'm talking a normal person. Not somebody you know is fucked in the head, but like a normal everyday person. You know, a normal person does not think like that. They don't talk like that. Those words would never come out of their mouth. Not even to shock people. You know, I was around in the 90s. I know fucking Howard Stern, Man Cow, Andy and Opie. I know all about the shock jock shit. They would never say that. Example, that guy Noodles. He fucking says the most worst, horrible child molesting shit on the planet. And he deflects it by being like, oh, I'm a shock jock. I'm shocking. I'm a comedian. How many comedians you know make jokes about touching children? Name one. Give me one of them. Does Chris Rock joke about touching kids? No. How about Carlos Mencia? No. How about Bobby Wong? No. How about Joe Rogan? No. They're comedians because normal people don't fucking make jokes about that shit, no matter how shocking they want to be. And I'm sorry, those are just the facts. How I see it.
I think comedians can make it anything funny, and I don't think any joke should be restricted.
I've never heard a joke and a comedian make a joke about them being a chomo.
Not about them being a chomo.
If you have one, let me know because I'd love to see it.
I have one that relates to the topic, but it's not about them being a chomo. It is by Jimmy Carr, and he said we should stop using the phrase "I'm kidding" because that should be a phrase for chomos. Like it should be that they're kidding. Like that's a phrase for chomos rather than for people. He said it way better than me. You got to see his joke, but he did it well.
Right.
But yeah, he's not calling himself a chomo or anybody else, but you can make a joke about the situation and it'd be funny. Jimmy Carr does a good job, and he's not a chomo. I think you can make a joke about anything.
Right.
What's his name? Before Donald Trump ever took a bullet, what's his face? God, I can't even think of his name. Got fired from SNL. He's a really big comedian right now. Does a really good Donald Trump impression. He's also in all the Bud Light commercials. Him and Post Malone. Can't think of his name right now though. He like brought Bud Light back to the map. Anybody in the chat know? Well, he did a video of an impression of Donald Trump getting shot like 8 months before it happened. It's still hilarious. It's
Square,
still absolutely the funniest thing.
I have no idea
I
what
think
you're
you can make-
referring to. Square. I'm sorry, Jacob. I have no idea what you're referring to. Square. I apologize. No idea. What time are you going live, Harlow? Like in an hour, right? I think. What's up, boss man?
Boss man, she
And
thinks she should
Jacob,
be my
if
co-host.
you want to invite any of your friends up to talk about what we're talking about, you're more than welcome to. I mean, whatever.
Oh no,
you're
it's
comfortable
okay.
with.
We would go on. We would go on for hours. If you got a deadline, no, we
I
could
don't
talk
know.
for
What
hours.
time are you going live?
Every
Harlow?
single one of these stories I could have talked about.
Okay, I'm back.
What's
I'm
that?
sorry about that.
Hey, welcome back to the show, co-host. What's up? Welcome back.
Sorry. I had to.
Thanks for gracing us with your presence, princess. Thank you.
I
What
had
time
a
are you
dog
going live?
problem.
Are you
10
going-
o'clock.
10 o'clock. So like in like 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got time to fuck around. Got time.
Yeah.
What's up, boss man? God, your fucking friend boss man's fucking bossy. What the hell's his problem?
She
said
said
hi.
he's
Boss man.
bossy.
Said hi, cocksuckers. Say hi to me, goddammit. Hello,
Boss
boss man. Hello.
Boss man
Yeah.
talks about himself in third person.
Oh, I
That's
see
how Boss
what
Man
it is.
always refers to himself. So
My
Boss
bad.
Man says every time Boss Man says something.
Bambi Palermo did not know boss man. Bambi Palermo is so sorry. Welcome to the party.
But yeah, it's Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is the comedian. He makes some funny jokes. He makes a lot of Special Olympics jokes, but he used to work at the Special Olympics.
I got a new
Like,
surprise.
I feel like he does a lot of aggressive jokes that people would consider offensive. But yeah, you can make it. I think you can make anything funny. I wouldn't want to make any jokes illegal or bad. If it's a bad joke, by all means, boo it. But excuse me.
Well, damn, that was
Oh,
at least a 6.
oh.
Shit.
Mr.
Like
Waters.
four and a half.
Mr.
Oh,
Waters.
come on. I was being generous. That was a 6. Okay, that was a 5.
There's a lot of room for improvement.
That was a 5, man.
I don't want to be
Mr.
irrational
Waters.
about things.
I just got your message and I'm honored. You'll understand in
Whatever.
a couple seconds. You'll understand in a
Aight.
couple seconds. I'm honored. Secret's safe with me, sir.
10-4, roger that.
Yes.
410.
So you got Mr. Kayak Man, Mr. Wild Wilderness Camping Boy. What do you got planned? Any big trips this summer? Where we going kayaking? Where we going?
I'm probably gonna do that 72-mile trip. I just gotta wait till we get more water. We've had a
Well,
really
thank you
weird
for
summer.
subbing.
Yeah, thanks, Chi-Chi. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the Pizzaverse, Brian. We get a little crazy over here, but at least we try to keep it straight.
Now, do you ever do any kayaking in the Red River Gorge in eastern Kentucky?
He goes kayaking everywhere. He's
So-
a kayak master.
So I was born in Kentucky, but I don't go kayaking up there. No,
Mhm.
I'm from Northern Illinois, and I do a lot of kayaking up north.
Have you ever been to the Red River Gorge Natural Bridge State Park?
No.
I think you would. It's in the Appalachian Mountains. I believe you would really love it. Eastern Kentucky down there.
I went to well, we were going to go to a cavern kayaking trip. It's like a glow cavern kayaking trip that you can do in Kentucky. I'm not sure where it's at, but yeah, it's like a guided tour through some caverns that are flooded.
I'd say that's probably over there, and if you're talking about the caves, I'm think you're talking about. It's over there. I'm trying to think of where it is. It's not in Mount Sterling. It's
It cannot be a real
son
name.
of a gun. I can't think.
That is not
what?
That dude's name. That cannot be that dude's name. Miles Moon Boots. The Miles Moon Boots story.
It's
that cannot be the dude's name. Get out of here.
What? What?
It's Moon Base. He's just so Survivor's dropping like a little bit of knowledge and then a lot of it a lie. It's Moon Base. It's Miles Moon Base. He's been a guest on my show. But yeah, like there's this wild encounter where Miles like
ain't no way somebody's name was Moon Boots.
We need to do the Jacob Waters adventures is what we need. We need to do a cartoon series based on all your crazy chat adventures. That's what we need.
No.
The Attack of the Mermaids.
That fucking Moon Boots guy. I don't even know
what the Moon Boots guy.
No, the Moon Base guy.
We'll do the Moon Boots guy. Saves him. He'll save you from a freaking Yeti or some shit.
He's actually the Moon Base guy is the good guy. He actually was one of the first people to warn everybody of Rocco. They actually made shirts in his community that that had a picture of Rocco with like an X
you
through
were
his
warned
face.
ahead of time.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a video of this guy chasing down Rocco at the airport. It's the funniest shit. Oh yeah, it's a really good video. There's so much lore to the Rocco anthology.
Like a rabbit hole in itself.
This is crazy.
It's
and then eventually he met Square, and they had a relationship for a little while.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's funny. Rocco also has a thing with Scientologists too.
Yeah. Then he came over here. He managed to make his way over here, threatened me, said he was going to put a hit on me. He goes, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I'm like, dude, you kill me in a dream. You better wake up and fucking apologize to me. And then I made the video as him as Henry Hill. And Paulie's calling him a junkie and kicking him out. And then he stopped. He was like, I'm done. I give up. I was like, dude, that's the least I could do. That was just a tiny slap. I didn't even go full Bambi on you. Is he still around? Is he even still around these YouTube streets? I don't even want to say his name. Yeah, I'm afraid I'll be cursed again.
I think he is. I haven't watched his stuff. Gonzo still follows him, I think. I haven't really watched any of his recent stuff. He thinks I work for the government or something. So I kind of.
So if I run into him, can I say that? Can I hint around that maybe you work for the CIA? Can I hint around?
No, I don't think you should implant that. I don't think it helps anything.
Come on,
yeah, I don't think
fun.
I mean,
come on, it'll be fun.
Like I said, that's why I try to avoid him. It's easier.
He said
it'll be fun. Come on, let me have my fun. Come on, Jacob.
Keep my name out of your mouth.
He's always ruining my dreams. Jacob is. I come in and I'm like, yo, Jacob, blah blah blah, and he'll be like, no, Bambi. You can't do that because of A, B, and C.
No, you can do it, but why do you got to do it? Why don't you just tell him you work for the government? Why do I got to be involved in your? What you know what I mean? Why do I got to put in your parade when I'm the?
He said, "Why you got to involve him?"
Yeah, I'm.
He said, "Why are you involving me in your shit? Why are you doing
that's
it?
Me.
Why?"
Agent Bambi Palermo. I'm undercover as a single mom hip hop gangster. Yeah, that's me, Agent Palermo. Put your hands up.
He said,
building
why?
A RICO case. Right. Yeah. Yeah, anybody would believe I work for the government with the way I talk. Get the fuck out of here. And what are you nuts?
Have you heard the government? I mean,
motherfuckers would be more likely to believe I'm a bank robber or a serial killer. No.
Rent a helicopter. Yeah. Rent a helicopter if you want his attention? Dang.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do that.
I am not letting anybody on panel because per Mr.
He
Waters.
would definitely. I was gonna say he would
So-
definitely. Oh, I don't. Why? Who is it?
Mr. Square wants to come up and ask you some questions, I believe.
Yeah, sure.
And okay, sure. Because I mean, because I know we talked, and you're like, nobody on panel. Yeah, I'm like, okay. You were like, now this motherfucker was questioning me like the Gestapo. Okay, before the interview, who's Harlow? What's this? Who's this broad Harlow? She gonna rail me? What's she gonna do? And I'm like, yo, Jacob, Harlow's okay.
Nobody in my chat believes you.
Oh, they believe me because it's true story. True story. It is. It's like
If you saw,
They don't believe.
if you saw
They
the
don't
people that
believe
showed up
you.
on my open panels.
hey, what? Don't I have a truthful face up in this bitch? I mean, like, come on.
No, I'm just saying they know I'll talk
I'll
to
buy a
anybody.
car.
No, what he's saying is they don't believe that I won't rail him or something. What do they all think I'm a bitch or something?
No,
I
they
don't know.
say I wouldn't.
I was just making that up.
I wouldn't have a bunch of rules about who
I
I
was just making that shit up. I was just talking bullshit.
No, I know.
So basically, I just told on myself I'm a bitch,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, I promised Jacob I wouldn't have a bunch of fucking pizzaverse weirdos up on panel treating him like he's a Nazi or something. So I promised him. I said no.
A Nazi?
Panel, yeah, like question him
Good
like it's a
Lord.
Gestapo. Who is your alliance with?
But you gotta.
You must say pizzaverse. I mean,
You gotta not let the stream get porn bombed. Like you have rules.
No, I have strict rules. Like if I don't know you, you don't get on my fucking
like because I can't control the StreamYard. Like I don't mind doing open panels when I have control of the StreamYard.
No, I got this. No, I got this. See,
all right.
See, you know, I don't let
making sure it
on.
wasn't your first day.
Yeah, this ain't my first rodeo. You want to come on stream, and I don't know you. You're gonna have to. This is what you're gonna see. This is what everybody's gonna see. This is what you're gonna see right here. You're gonna see this, or I may go full on pizza mode, full on Kim Jong pizza. You know, it just all depends. I got a multitude.
Kim Jong pizza.
Yeah, we got Fidel Ripper.
What the frick?
We got the sex trafficking bumblebee. You know, women beware. Now watch out. Watch out for that shit. I got a multitude of things for these fucking trolls. And if I feel real spicy, I'll give them toilet guy. You got toilet guy up in this bitch.
I like the toilet guy. I like
spicy.
the
toilet man. Oh, Ray the toilet man. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Toilet man. Oh, you missed that beaut. You missed the toilet man, Harlow. And Peach, you remember the toilet man in Peach? Where the fuck is Ice?
Holy crap.
You remember the toilet man, don't you? Jacob, the guy that would do food reviews on public toilets with his pants down.
What?
Remember that guy? Ray the toilet man?
I think I saw him on your stream once.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He did food reviews sitting on the toilet. Yo.
With his pants down. Yelling like a madman. Acting like a fucking ninny. Yeah. Ray the toilet man. And we had fun with him for a while, and then
my god.
Yeah, I kind of got over it, grew up, and moved the fuck on. Yeah, I can only troll for a little while, and then I get bored. Like maybe a month or two, and then I get really fucking bored, and it's like I can't do this.
It depends. It depends on the person. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't try to like scare people off the like I said, but when I got into talking to people on the internet, it was because I enjoyed their stories. It didn't matter if I thought they were true or not.
Right.
And people never told me creepy ass weird shit about doing bad shit to people. It was
people
you know what I mean? It was
just
shit
all the time. Lucky you.
But I don't get no, I'm just saying
unload on me like I'm Barbara Walters.
Well, I'm just saying if I'm doing an interview, I'm prepping people a little bit. Like I want to at least know what they're about before I do a straight up interview with them.
Dude, people tell me their fucking stories out in public. They unload on me like I'm Barbara Walters, and I'm just like, why are you telling me this? You're telling me something you should be telling nobody. And we're not talking like normal shit. We're talking like weird shit. Like I'm sexually attracted to dogs.
What?
Now, why are you telling me this? Like what is possessing you to tell me of all people that this bullshit? Like what makes you think I want to hear that? I ain't your fucking therapist.
What kind of community are you walking through?
Wasn't a community? Okay. So I've been on other platforms before, right? And okay, so this was a role-playing community. We're not talking sexual for all you little freaks in the chat room. We're talking like D&D, dice, Dungeons and Dragons, elves fighting each other, D&D. So one of my regulars, right, in my game hits me up on private chat, starts unloading on me like I'm Barbara Walters. I have a sexual attraction to dogs. And then he tells me a horrible story which got his ass locked up. He tells me the story involving a child. And I was like, oh, you told the wrong fucking girl. So then I hit up my buddy who's a U.S. Marshal in Utah, and I'm like, yo, so-and-so in chat? He was like, yeah. I'm like, this is what he just told me. Ran his fucking name, found out the guy had charges already pending for child molestation on a child. So that story he told me is probably true. And yeah, and I don't know why people feel the need to tell me this kind of shit. I don't want to know it. Okay, keep your weirdo thoughts to yourself. I am not your personal counselor. And if you tell me anything involving a child, I will rat you out quicker than shit. I will trace you, I will rat you out, and I will make sure the cops are on your fucking door. Promise.
I don't want people like that. But I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know if it's good that they're admitting to their crimes, or if it's weird that you're running into that many people that have that problem. I'm not saying you want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear any of that.
This was years after I stopped like advocating and doing that kind of shit. Like years later, like just strangers tell me the weirdest shit all the time. Weirdest shit. Shit about their wives, shit about their husbands, shit about their friends. Like, and it's like, why are you? I don't want to hear this shit. I'm not your like little like personal therapist. And if you want to tell me your weirdo shit, pay me $250 because that's my hourly charge. $250 if you want to hear. If you want to unload on me your bullshit, $250. That's my charge. Cash at me, and I'll listen to all your fucking sick bullshit and not tell a single fucking soul. But
Boss
I didn't
man,
have no problem with that. Nah, got time for that.
To answer your question, that would cost $250 and falls under the list of shits that want to hear that bullshit.
No, well, if you want to treat me like if you want to treat me like your personal therapist, you're gonna pay me like your personal therapist, $250 an hour.
I'm just letting you know what kind of story he asked if I had told you, and that's why I said no. I did not tell you that story.
Right.
And you know what the sad thing is?
That's one of those stories.
That story, that $250 hour rate, that story that he told me, and it was semi-detailed, 8 minutes tops. Took him to tell me that story. Not an hour, which I'm glad because I don't think I could listen to that shit for an hour. Honestly, like I was offered a job in a prison to do counseling, and the prison handled rehabilitating sex offenders. My job would be counseling sex offenders. And I thought, can I say yes? Could I sit there and listen to it? Sure, I've done it a dozen fucking times. Mm-hmm. Is it something I want to do daily? Do I want to help the people that I fought so hard to put there? No way. I can't. No way. I couldn't. And props to anybody that can counsel those kind of people. I am not the one. I'm not the one. Can't do it.
Bossman's going into that business of counseling prisoners.
You guys, I have to get off here and do some stuff before my show.
Right.
And but I want to thank you, Jacob. I've had a great time listening to you. I would love to have you on Hot Talk with Harlow.
Oh, possibly.
But anyway,
it's hard to
it's just usually timing things with me. I'm hard to get a hold of, as you've heard.
Yeah, I heard.
I'll help you schedule the elusive Mr. Waters. I'll help you out.
The elusive.
The Harlow stays up late.
It was nice.
She stays up like late hours, so
you can actually
it's better for me then. It should be
exactly.
Yeah, I stay up real late. I do. I stay up really, really late. I've always stayed up. Black Ice.
Right.
Harlow, I want to team up with you soon. Okay, contact me.
Shoot, yeah, definitely collab. Hook up. Everybody hook up. Hook up in your chat room, do what you gotta do.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for having me, Bambi. Love you, sis.
Love you, see you on your live.
I will see you there. Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Now we're alone. Now you're really screwed.
Get
What's
Jacob
up?
in a Bigfoot chat.
Now you're really screwed, Waters. Nah, but I mean, if Bossman is going into that kind of counseling, props to him, because I mean, it takes a certain kind of person to be able to sit there and listen to day after day, 8 hours a day, evil people doing evil things and having to listen to that. And then his job, depending on what he's going into, you have to counsel that. You have to try to rehabilitate that. You have to comfort that. You know, I couldn't do it. So
it's not necessarily comforting it. You know what I mean? It's it's just addressing it. And I think the hardest part for the individual is not taking it home with them. You know, like it's hard to keep that kind of work at work and just leave it at the door. Like I feel like that the stories that you'd hear would weigh on you throughout the day.
I can get him in Bigfoot chat, huh? That guy was out of his fucking mind. 1.8 million views on that video. Can you believe that? 1.8 million views that fool got by acting like a fool. That's crazy.
You've been following the Diddy case?
I haven't heard any recent. I mean, yes. Okay, this is what I tell people when they ask me, what do you think is going to happen? It's 50-50. Okay, the reason why I say 50-50 is yes, I think the prosecution did do a good job in looping together and showing how it all fits together, how it's RICO, how it's this, that, and the other thing. But here's the problem, is you got the DA, the defense comes in, the victims, and I'm using that term loosely, and not to denigrate anybody of abuse, not to denigrate any real sex trafficking victims, not to denigrate that at all. I understand emotional abuse. I understand the cycle of abuse. I get it. I understand it book-wise, and I understand it from a personal aspect. I understand. What I heard was his assistant. I heard his girlfriend, who was his girlfriend up until the time he got arrested. The day he got arrested, this bitch was still his girlfriend. Okay, this is what I heard. Well, he was giving me $10,000. He was paying for my apartment. He was doing this. I needed a job. So what, bitch? You can't go work at Circle K? You can't go work at Walmart? You got to have that $10,000. Okay, and this is what really irks me about these victims. Okay, is they had more opportunity to get out of an abusive relationship than a normal person. Okay, they had money to get out. She could have saved that $10,000 and in what, 5 months, made it 50 grand, been out. Why didn't she? Because she liked the money. She liked the lifestyle. She liked it.
I don't know. That's the more I follow. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the defense, is to prove that the girls were, because they were in the situation and they were victims. Of course, I mean, you can explain it by being in love or whatever you want to.
You know Black Ice, right? You know that person? Okay.
Yeah, Black Ice.
Cool.
Right. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you again, Jacob.
What up, Black Ice? What up, Brian?
I just subbed to you 30 minutes ago, baby.
What's up? Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, good to see you.
I'm just saying it's 50-50 because you've got the victims not looking like victims. And in a way, yes, they are victims. The guy's a piece of shit. Straight up. Abusive piece of shit. They are victimized in a way, but where's their responsibility?
You know where I say it's not 50-50? Okay, so I've been following the court case pretty heavy. Well, and I follow it vicariously through Rotten Mango. They have somebody there in the courtroom that's actually taking notes and doing everything. And what they've been saying is,
that's you, right, Square?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. Go ahead, Jacob. Sorry.
It's all good. They tried to get the case acquitted at least 3 times already. Diddy did, and he's trying to get the whole case thrown out and restarted.
It's not going to happen. I mean, they got enough evidence.
It's not going to happen. It's been denied 3 times, and that just shows you that it's not going in their favor if they're trying to get it thrown out. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's
But I
the
mean,
last
you're
ditch
dealing with
move,
jurors. You're not dealing with the judge, though. You're
and
dealing
they've
with
already
jurors in
proved.
this case.
They've already. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to prove all of the crimes, but when it came to trafficking
No.
and cross state lines, they definitely proved that in several situations. And then, so I heard.
Is it actually trafficking if you hire a prostitute to fly to another? I mean, is that actually trafficking? Well, if you hire a prostitute to meet you at a hotel in Vegas.
It's based on if they ever want to leave or don't want to be in the situation, or it depends on the encounter. Just like
the traffic
somebody,
ones? Who are the traffic victims?
Good.
It doesn't matter I think he can get charged. They're looking to charge him with it at all. That's the charges laid against him, and I think they proved that with more than one victim. And one of the victims, a few of the victims are still anonymous.
I don't think
I've never heard of any of
because the Cassidy case isn't even taking place right now. I don't believe this is just a different case in general. Like I think they could make it for Cassidy as well.
Well, my issue is I don't think they proved Rico, and I don't think they proved the trafficking because Rico, where's his organization? Where's his co-defendants?
It's
all of them got immunity.
Yeah, all
of them
the
got
people
immunity
around him. All of the people around him that are claiming they're going and getting these people, and they're doing
these things. They're going to try to say that they're the ones.
Well, yeah, because
his security guards, his capos. Is that how this is breaking down? His security guards are the capos. His fucking butler's the underboss.
Yeah, because he's not gonna. I mean, what boss is going out and doing all the crimes themselves? They're having people work for them.
Let me get this straight. You're my friend, Jacob, right? You're my butler. You're my security guard. Whatever the fuck. I say, yo, Jacob, go down the corner and go score me a dime bag of weed. Am I a racketeer now? I guess I'm Rico charged now.
I mean, he did that
publicly. Is that how that works?
He did that publicly with Cheesecake.
No, but I mean, I'm asking, is that what they're basically saying? That basically now I'm a racketeer?
That was the most dumbest stuff ever. Y'all walk all the way down to Brooklyn and get me some cheesecake. Dave Chappelle made fun of that and like, get me a sugar cookie.
I remember that Dave Chappelle
shit. He deserves everything he got, but on a legal,
if we're comparing it to a gram of weed,
I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it on a legal standpoint.
Oh yeah, it's not.
He's a piece of shit. 100% deserves to go to jail, but
they charged him with RICO because they want to be able to take as much assets. If he gets caught if he gets the RICO, they will be able to nearly drain him. They will drain anything.
What is the organized crime? Him buying X so he could get freaky with his fucking girlfriend? Since when is that RICO?
Oh yeah. There's multiple levels to it, and at the same time, they hired in the Defense Department the person that actually came up with the RICO clause itself. So
he violated the man.
Yeah, they're doing it. So
Robert Blakely. Is that what you're talking about?
He definitely.
Blakely.
I'm just saying,
definitely violated the Mann Act.
Bought drugs, if any of you have ever sent one of your homies to buy drugs, and then
I can just tell,
took those drugs with your girlfriend, I guess you're a racketeer now.
Regardless,
if
none
you're
of that
go
matters.
by what the federal government's saying.
That's
basically what they're saying.
We're all getting RICO.
I would go off of what we're seeing from the jurors.
I guess I'm a racketeer. Charge me with RICO.
The jurors are hearing these stories, and they're making reactions based on the stories that they're hearing. So,
hey Jacob, can I ask you?
That's the only thing that's going to bury him is that he's dealing with people. He's not dealing with a judge. He's dealing with like people like us, and they're going to hear.
Wasn't it like just a week ago that
he's about to get thrown?
Did they get rid of a juror, Jacob?
I don't know about that.
They got rid of us. At all.
Square, your mic is horrible. Your mic's horrible.
Sorry, guys.
Y'all heard it was a mistrial.
He's about to. Yeah, they called for 3 mistrials, but Diddy's actually about to get thrown. He's about to get thrown out of his own court case because he keeps doing reactions to the jurors and he keeps making faces at them and like doing different things. And so Diddy's been threatened. He's been threatened twice, and on the next one, they said they're going to throw him out of his own case, and the case is going to go on without him. So,
okay, well, let me ask you two, fellas.
I really don't think it's going well.
Okay.
If you were a juror, if you were on that jury, and you had to go rest right now and go make your decision, would you find him guilty or innocent?
I'd find him guilty for what I've heard from the different witnesses that have taken the stand. I've heard Kid Cudi's experience. I've heard 2 of Diddy's girlfriends, including his current one, who's going anonymous. She was the one, because this is how I figured out the baby oil that he originally got busted with. That was only for one party. That wasn't like a stockpile he was sitting on. That was for one party, and she was setting it up.
No,
yeah.
As far as that freaky shit goes, they need to just throw that thing out, because far as I know, they was consenting. Most of them were consenting to dose, and there ain't no crime for being a freak.
I guess you're gonna get charged with RICO for being a freak. You better watch out what you do.
No, Brian. No, Brian. I agree with you. People consenting to the parties is totally allowed. Like, I think that's different. But when you hear the stories, you'll see a more in depth. Like, women were asked to do. 100%. Women were drugged and asked to do things beyond their capability. You're talking about making a woman go with multiple guys for 36 hours straight. Yeah. And when they want to leave, you just give them more ecstasy, or they'll go into the bathroom and puke and want to go home, and he'll just give them more drugs.
Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? That's what they say.
I mean,
why did they wait? Why did they wait
much more
10,
evidence
15, 20 years to come forward? Why did they wait so long to come forward? Why did they wait 20 fucking years till somebody sued him to come forward?
I don't know.
I mean, if it was so horrible, why did they call 911?
Bambi,
I would have locked his ass up.
This is so logical. Like, if you think about how
faggot, whatever.
If you think about how big somebody is like that, you got to be careful being the one person that comes out.
I guess I'm getting killed because I don't give a fuck. You commit a crime.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody might have ever heard your. Think about how many people probably did.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if they got this much power. Like, talk about one person going against. Talk about one person against the mob or something. Like any big organization.
You're right. You are right.
Yes, just
one person. Somebody that.
Yeah, because
to be fair, you don't really know what you're gonna do unless you're in that situation yourself. So to be fair, I'd like to sit up here and say, "Oh, blah blah blah," but I wasn't in that situation. I don't know. But
somebody on my show recently said they went to the parties.
It seems a little funny, okay? This doesn't seem so cut and dry as everybody's trying to make it sound. These weren't 100% victims, in my opinion. Were they victimized? Yes. Were they 100% innocent victims? No, not in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think they're...
I've been in abusive relationships. You see me getting 10 grand?
But I also think it's...
civil lawsuits?
I think it's like one of those gray areas when 2 people go out and hook up, and a woman's allowed to claim that the guy took advantage of her, even though they were both out drinking. No, I'm just saying.
Doubting you, Chi-Chi, but is that true what Chi-Chi's saying? Not that I'm doubting you, but 15, 20 years they've been investigating this motherfucker? Like, really?
Oh, yeah. They've been after him for, like, he's been accused of lots of stuff.
I thought it was like 5 years. I had no idea it went back that far.
I've just been looking at the stuff. I've just been looking at the cases from the stuff in the last 5 years. They're not talking about the stuff from a long time ago. They don't even have to reach back that far.
What took them so long?
Yeah, no one was. Oh, it took them so long. They went into speaking out, got popular.
I mean, I've seen them bust gangbangers and mobsters quicker than Diddy.
No, Chi-Chi, I was talking about somebody different. They talked about going to one of the all-white parties. They didn't talk about it was a black guy. Is it a black guy or a Mexican guy who was on my show?
5 years ago when the lawsuits and shit. I'm like, why did they wait so long? I didn't realize the feds had been investigating that long.
I think it was Simon. I think Simon said it. Because Simon's from the UK and he has some involvement with the music industry out there. I don't know what.
Do you think there was a whistleblower, or do you think that the feds just kind of they see what we see on TV? Do you think that they just started watching, or do you think there was a whistleblower?
They had his phone tapped for the longest time, and he started to figure out his phone was tapped. Like they've been playing recordings in the they've been playing them in the courtauroom of.
I haven't been following it that closely.
That's what I'm saying. He's incriminated himself. Like you can see it. He's incriminated himself on audio. Like,
so you think he's going to be convicted? Probably.
Shit. Oh, and he also got because the current girlfriend, he offered her. He told her to pick a price to make all this go away, and told her to pick a money amount, and then she sent a money amount, and Like he's
That's
gotten
what I'm
caught in so
saying.
much
See,
bullshit.
the supposed victims are getting money hand over fist. Well, if you want
No, but
justice,
He
then why are
set
you
that up
taking this
because
bitch's money?
he set that up. He asked her. He said, "How much is it going to cost to make this go away?" He just messaged her out of the blue. They weren't talking. He messaged her and said, "How much to make this go away?" Like that's. I mean,
I guess I'm just different. You know, if some guy's beating and raping me, do you think I want to spend his fucking
it's
money?
not that.
Hell no.
It's not
Hell
that
no.
though. I don't think it's that though. I don't think people are getting beaten and raped. Like I think it's people consent to the situation in the beginning, and I think it gets a lot of the stories I've heard, and it gets taken to an extreme where they're like, "I don't want to be there anymore," and
Yeah.
then they find themselves stuck in this situation.
Nah, I get you. I know. I understand.
I don't think
that.
I don't think they want to walk into a disaster. And it sounds like even in some of the girls' testimony, they wanted to have a regular one-on-one date, and then finally they figured out that that wasn't possible. That they were only having these extreme dates where he's not even like the one with them most of the time. It's other people with them. You know what I mean? Like it would take a long time for a girl to get used to that, especially if they were dealing with a celebrity.
Nah, fuck that guy. He's a scumbag. And I do
No,
hope he
I
gets
never
paid
liked
or
him
something.
anyways. I never liked him.
I never liked him either, ever. I've never liked him.
He was
I
always
don't
a
even think he's
glory.
that good of a rapper. He's not that good.
No, he's not. He's not. He was always a glory hound, jumping in all his artist videos.
Yeah,
dancing
P.
like
Diddy, bad boy. Dude, your artists are popular, not you. Your music sucks. Sit down.
yeah.
Sit down.
Most of them rebuked him, rejected him, because he was a fucking crooked.
Right.
Now, remember, I think he tried to set up 2 or 3 of his guys, the Lux, like 20 years ago. They was arguing on Hot 97. Then Puppy said he wanted to talk it out with him, like in the studio. Says, "No, I ain't going nowhere near you. You got the National Guard with you. You probably trying to set us up."
Do you think he had Tupac shot, like at the studio? Because that's what Tupac always thought.
Yeah, possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility.
Wow. Yeah, he really thought he was fucking something. Fucking P. Diddy. Please.
Yeah, I admit I like some of his songs, but not all. The majority of them, they stink. It sound corny as shit.
Somebody shot up Trump's golf course and hotel.
What?
He shot up, started telling the police about Diddy and Cassie. He was one of the escorts. Oh, really? I didn't know somebody got busted for shooting up something of Trump's. Huh. I'll be damned.
Does this come out today?
I don't know. That's what Gay Smoke's saying. That it didn't help that the guy that got busted for shooting up the Trump golf course or the Trump hotel, whatever it was, he shot up, started telling the police about Diddy and Cassie. He was one of the escorts. Wow.
Crazy shit.
This is crazy. This is like quite the conspiracy. This is quite the story.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, ask
either way,
about it.
hopefully he's out of commission. You know what
I'm
I'm saying? No matter what, whether he's found innocent or guilty, hopefully he'll be put out of commission for good.
But that's the thing.
I see you, Vortex.
This is one piece of like a really big ring. Like what happened with Epstein was significant, but it wasn't enough to stop what was going on. I think Diddy was that big as well.
Yeah, but
especially in his community of people.
Yes. Right. Yeah, because we'll hear about him every day. But as far as Epstein go, we ain't gonna never see it, at least. So don't even think about it. Just those that still think about it.
But how many
it's just like GTA 6. It's not coming out.
But how many people are actually going to go down that are connected with Diddy is what I mean.
Shout out to my man Chip, locked in, baby.
If you just take out the leader of something, it's not going to stop the activity. That's what I worry about.
Well, that's the thing about things like that, is you can chop the head off one, 50 more take its place. It's an epidemic that's never going to end, unfortunately, kind of like drugs. It's never going to end. As long as there's a market for it, someone's going to sell it. Someone's going to take advantage of it. And you're always going to have victims. That's why I stopped doing what I did. Because after 7 years of fighting to try to get sex offenders harsher sentences, make children safer, at the end, No matter how many scumbags got busted, 50 more were waiting to take their place. But this never ends. It becomes wearing on one's soul. It never fucking ends, bro. And I understand now why a lot of cops retire early from sex crime unit, especially when it comes to child abuse and shit, because it never fucking ends. It never ends.
Yeah,
and that's the sad thing about it.
Yeah, but yeah, my brother, he was a correctional officer. He hated dealing with those people type of.
Oh, I'm sure he knows. Then he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Then shit never ends.
Yeah, then
never ends.
But some you got some that still want to stay and fight because it was a friend of when I first started YouTube, like my second year on YouTube, and I had a person that was a foe that turned friend. He told me all about it because he seen these perverts all around here.
Yep.
Like it goes like this, like no, I remember he was going around picking fights with people that was hitting on little girls. Sometimes you probably would have took it too far because you probably didn't know that the person actually knew the girl was of age or not. Like we interacted with anyone because we had like high schoolers on here interacting with us, but we didn't get into that perverted shit. We just talked about our love for TV shows and video games and other things, but we weren't hitting on one another. But he seems
that's totally different. I mean, there's way different lines,
Yeah, but it's a different time. You really got to keep it safe. Keep them away from your channel.
Oh yeah.
You might get swooped up in the wrong shit.
Oh yeah, we actually met somebody that made it into our community and then found out that they were
really
definitely excommunicated really quick. But yeah,
I hope it's
they
not
made it in.
I know.
We couldn't. There's no way you can know that about somebody on the internet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
what do you
know
mean specifically, Jacob?
Unless you're gonna be a nosy bitch and like look into who they are, trace them, look up their criminal record.
No, I'm just saying I don't know any of you guys.
I ain't gonna do that.
I don't know any.
Unless I have
I don't know. I don't know anybody in the chat. I've never met any of you guys. I don't know what the fuck you do.
Anyway, I had a friend like that was part of my circle like 15 years ago. Him and a group of guys like back in 2015, 10 years ago, he got in trouble for that shit. He fucked his own fucking cousin. I hate that. But he did that shit. I ain't know. It was like he disappeared for some time.
Black Eyes, he wasn't from Alabama, was he?
No, he was from New York, but he ended up in Florida. But anyways, I was asking, where has anybody seen this guy? I asked this closest friend. He just told me he was an idiot. He didn't go into detail. He just said he's in Florida, but he said a Florida and that manner. But a year later, I asked again for somebody.
Florida,
then they told me the real truth. Then he got it. Then he told me about it. I was like, man, I'm fucking disappointed. I hope he was a setup, kind of like that guy from the Steve Harvey show that got killed because he was set up. I hope it was that situation that he was set up. Then he finally gets out of jail or prison in 2018. He said, no, he's acting normal. Said, all that's behind me. Another friend, ex-neutral friend, said, no, what? The guy's trying to justify what he did and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk with him.
Hey, Tanika.
I want to ask him, like, man, are you okay that you learn from your mistakes? But he started threatening the other guy.
Don't even waste your time.
He threatened the guy, saying, know what? Fuck you. You don't understand. I'm like, what's to understand? What did she set you up to see?
I don't want to understand.
What? But I don't want to understand too.
I don't want to understand that.
You'll become them, man. But then back when we still had Google Plus, I remember he made a post before he removed it, said something about I think he said Mark Tawan fucked his own cousin, some shit like that, trying to justify. I said, no, what I'm do with this guy. I said, I can't believe it. It was a huge disappointment because I like that guy. Me and him, I'm gonna tell you something. We was like this.
Right.
I said, no, I can't believe this shit. Then after that, a year later, he went. He got in trouble again as soon as he got out because he contacted his victim cousin on Facebook. I'm like, he ain't gonna tell her that it was her fault because she asked for it.
Hey, Jacob,
And
did
people
you
and my
happen
friends
to?
in chat, feel free to drop your links, connect, link up, do your thing. Pimp your shit in my chat room all you want. My home is your home.
Yeah.
So are
I'm
you a
not giving
content
out no
creator as
names.
well, Black Ice? Black
Yes,
Ice?
yeah, I've been around I've been here for almost 18 years. Like,
What kind of
so
content do you do? Like what do you what's your
I
show?
mostly do gaming and sometimes I do the StreamYard shit. So
Right. Can
Excuse
one of
me.
my mods drop Black Ice's link in the chat for me, please?
all right, this is me. I'm
Greatly
gonna
appreciate
say
it. Or
something.
drop your link. Either way, drop it by all means.
Hey,
Yeah, the
can you guys
boss
hear me?
go to my channel, then drop it.
I got you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Here, I'll
Hey,
just give you. I hooked you up. So now you should be good now. Here, let me go grab it. Do you think, as a gamer, do you think video games plays into society's madness and children
No,
being little bastards?
that's BS.
I have to agree with you on that. I agree.
I
No,
think
I
it's an
remember.
I
escape.
don't
Like,
think.
I think
Just like I don't think.
it's an
Just like I
escape,
don't think
everything
porn
else.
makes people serial killers.
oh
No.
yeah, like I made some videos. What you say,
And
Liz?
what's that?
Bambi, what you say again? That last part.
I said, just like I don't think porn makes people
Oh.
serial killers. Like,
Oh yeah, I got something to say
watching
about those
porn
topics.
ain't gonna make you Ted Bundy.
No, I got something to say on those topics. Back in 2012, I made a video first about this guy named Rick Santorum, another politician or ex-politician, said, "Know what? That porn
Right.
makes you a rapist and all this shit." I'm like, if that's the case, pretty much 90% of this population be rapists and all that shit. I made a video about
Right.
that. Then later that year, after that Sandy Hook
You
thing
know,
happened, oh, go ahead. Oh, no, you want me to keep going or?
No, do you know who watches porn the most? You know the demographics, age rank, younger
that?
people, kids.
Yes.
Kids are the most that look good at porn sites, OnlyFans and shit. Young people.
Yeah.
That's the biggest demographic of those sites. Kids, no joke, teenagers and shit.
Yes, I know, cause my generation been there. That's what they talked about some of the time. Like this
Right. Well, in
bitch is
fact, I think it was. I don't know if it was OnlyFans or what porn site. Like Texas passed a law that these porn sites, online porn sites, now have to check ID, and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
throwing a big fit about it. They were throwing a big fit because they know their number one like contributors to their site are like young people, minors under the age of 18.
No, regardless, they're losing business because nobody that's going and looking up porn wants to ID themselves to look at porn. So they're losing business regardless,
Yeah.
regardless of
Right?
if you're old enough to.
Yeah, they want to keep
Like-
their identity hidden. They need to leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nobody
don't get
wants
me
to
wrong,
go.
they
Nobody
should
wants
be
to show
ID.
their ID before they go jerk off. That's so
They
weird.
should be showing. I mean, like honestly, there should be like ID checks in place to prevent minors from seeing weirdo
I'm
shit.
just saying in general.
be.
That's why they're losing business. And that's nothing
Yeah.
to do with
Right.
it's
Yeah,
people
but
lying about their
anyways,
age or anything.
Jacob, do
I
you
got
know
some-
for sure if Jacob, did you know for sure if they got rid of the last jury of the last black juror that they had for Diddy's jury?
I doubt that. I
I
doubt
swear
that.
to God, there was like only one
Yeah,
left,
that's the
and they
place
got
to
rid
be,
of it.
Gunzo. But
Zoe,
anyway,
my man, what's up, Zoe?
but yeah, back to what
Just
I was
crazy. A lot of
saying.
people have been saying that. Sorry, Black. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, continue what I was saying. But in Arkansas, know what? They banned Pornhub in my state of Arkansas.
What?
You have to be a creator. And I think the same thing with Hamster.
You have to
Cause,
be a creator, or is
yeah,
it banned outright? What do you mean?
you have to
Brian,
be a creator to get on the Pornhub and Hamster.
What's up, Mr. Madden? Zoe Madden.
So
in the
we got
house. What's
cock
up,
blocked
Brian?
and pussy blocked it.
DVD
Brian, you gotta
industry
do
is
me
about
a-
to make a comeback.
you gotta do me a favor.
What up,
It
Jake?
should be part of your gimmick. You should do this from now on.
Oh,
whenever anybody calls you black, you just be like, all right, white. and then start
All
talking.
right, white.
Like I think it would be hilarious. Like I know
Yeah, I'm
everybody's
on
just
that
calling
John
me out
Mayer
every day.
I got a
think
That
funny
would be
story.
Yeah.
hilarious. That would be
I got a
funny.
funny
we should do
story.
it every time.
Hey,
That would
last
be
month,
funny.
like 2 months ago, I had met this lady
He
on
said that 'cause
somebody
I called
else's
him
channel
black.
from Minnesota. She called me Mr. Black. I'm like,
Mr.
what? Yeah, she's from Minnesota. She's a
Hey,
Asian.
it's funny
I'm
as
like,
hell in the Red Dead Redemption game. They have a character named Mr. White and Mr. Black, and each one of them
oh,
are the opposite of their color's name. Like Mr. White is a black guy, Mr. Black is a white guy. It's funny.
what?
There's a
I
scene
ain't
in
played the first one, so
there's a scene in whatever Make a Porno, and they're at the coffee shop, and this guy walks up to the
Porno.
counter. He's like, "I want a coffee, black," and then he's like, "Can't you see we're talking white?"
Oh my god.
Just reminded me of that. I was like, "Oh, that shit's funny."
you have yeah. But to get on top, but the video, but as far as my little content and gaming goes, like that ain't the problem for the outrage. Back to that question, Bambi asked me also. Like I made a video about that in 2012, fresh right after the Sandy Hook thing. Me and a few others got into a debate with a guy saying this video game. So no, Jacob, you seen me play GTA almost every day. You not once did you hear a story about me or anybody going to shoot them up, bang on somebody else.
What if somebody started bringing up video game to do with mass shooting? I mean, it's really correlation does not equal causation.
Well, so even if you have anecdotal evidence of it, like because I can give you anecdotal evidence of it. It was a school shooting in my town that's known nationwide, and the guy was a vivid Counter-Strike player like myself, and he went out and took the lives of 6 people, I think, and then himself. And a lot of people blamed it on video games, but I mean, regardless, it has to do with mental health. It doesn't have to do with banning guns. It doesn't have to do with blaming it on something is just what people try to do to make people feel better. They'll try to blame because somebody needs to take the blame to make people feel better. That's how all these tragedies work. And then they try to give you a solution that they were already aiming for in the first place, like take away everybody's guns. Like that's their solution to everything. But then again, when somebody has a gun, the solution to that is call somebody with a gun to stop the guy that has the gun. So it's like, I don't know. If you look at horrible leaders, the first thing they do is take away your guns.
Know what? Yeah, it's the people doing it, not the guns. It's like we drive cars, right? It's us that's killing people, not the cars. We hit somebody on accident or on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Well, that means we quit driving cars and go back to horses.
And a crazy person can get behind the wheel of a car and drive through a parade, but you're not going to ban cars, are you?
Like I was saying.
No.
You know, you can you can use anything as a weapon. It's just a tactic for governments to try to go against the Constitution in the most, casual way by trying to play off people's emotions after a tragedy.
I could kill you with my cell phone.
Tragedy.
I mean, really, I could kill you with my cell phone. I could fracture your skull, keep beating your head in with my cell phone, dead. I mean, more people die from hand to hand than they do bullets. At least in America.
Governments just use beepers and shit now. You don't even need a cell phone. Gosh, there's some funny videos of people answering their beepers in the Middle East.
Yeah, well, we got to start chopping these off. If you got a black belt, you are considered deadly alone.
Right.
But,
hey, Rising, what's up? Yeah, 100. And that's what everybody always says. Oh, guns kill people. No, stupid ass motherfuckers kill people. It ain't the guns. It's the people using them. It's the dumb fucking momos using them.
Most of the people that tell me that they're libertarian, they're not actually libertarian because they usually draw the line somewhere, whether it's guns. Like, I'm weird about it. Like, I don't think weapons kill people. I think it's the people that are operating them and getting a hold of them. It's unstable.
The weapons don't have the intent. The people have the intent. It ain't the weapons.
I also feel the same way though. About all drugs. I think all drugs should be legal, and I don't think it's the government's job to protect you from yourself.
I don't know.
Unless your mental acuity guides you to that. where you need to have government assistance. I think all drugs should be legal, and because right now all we're doing is we're giving them the government version. We have legal meth that we're giving to kids. Yeah,
I'm a little conflicted with that.
But we have legal drugs that we're giving to kids. We give people heroin, but it has to be our version of it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Drugs are okay if they come from the government. Do you think the government does a better job at regulating things? I don't know. It's goofy to me. That's where I know everybody can point to a bad experience. We were giving people in World War II meth on the front lines in a lot of different countries.
And then we found out it was really bad. That methamphetamine, not
No,
amphetamine.
we knew it was bad.
Methamphetamine is really bad.
We knew it was bad.
I mean,
they did it anyway. Like, but the meth isn't the one to blame. It's the people, just like it would be with a gun.
The CIA also flooded Harlem with crack and and then you got people like Frank Lucas, Frank Matthews, Nicky Barnes flooding America with heroin and crack, and then you got BMF. I mean, so you want women, children, men in the fucking streets with needles in their fucking arms, like New York, like what happened in the 80s and 70s.
That wouldn't happen.
I don't think you do.
That wouldn't happen.
You don't think that would happen? Look at fucking what state is this? Oregon? That one county that they made.
You know why? And you know why that happened?
What a shithole that place is.
And why did that happen? Let's look at the case. Why did that happen in Oregon? I was just talking about this a couple months ago.
Personally, I think it's because they don't have enough mental health facilities to properly cure drug addiction and to help people that are using. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
I would say if you're the only state out of 50 states that legalizes all drugs, what kind of traffic of people do you think are going to flow into the neighborhood?
Drug addicts,
exactly.
People,
so if this happened on a federal level where it could actually be regulated, then I think it would be a lot safer.
They did that test. Let's make all drugs legal and see what happens. You see what happens.
Because then what happens is people flood that area. They don't have enough resources to take a flood of people.
Yeah, but do you want that on a national level? Do you want that in your neighborhood?
Somebody tells you it's just like a gold rush, though. If somebody tells you there's gold in a town and everybody rushes to the town, there's not going to be enough gold for everybody.
Like
it's going to be the same thing, and it's just going to bring in and it'll tear up the resources of anything. The same thing happened in Woodstock. It drained the resources of all the towns around it because of all the people that showed up. It's just
it did.
It happens whenever a mass of people show up to a thing just to do that thing. You know, they don't take into account taking care of the place or having enough people for that event. But if it happened on a global level where people weren't moving around and chasing one place, then I think facilities would be able to take care of addiction a little bit better.
Right.
And
you got to have the facilities, you got to have the treatment centers, you got to have the beds, you got to have the staff to help these people. I don't think there's enough.
I think drug dealers should still be prosecuted if they're doing, a crime that's causing people harm. Just like somebody serving alcohol and then sending somebody back out on the street. Like, you can't overserve somebody and then not be responsible if they go and grab their keys and drive away. You're just as responsible as a drug dealer.
What do you think of the whole thing, Jacob, when they did it up in Oregon, where they basically made, low-level possession amounts?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I fell off. I didn't hear what all he was talking about. Would you have supported that initiative, making it low-level amounts legal?
I think what the problem with that is, when it's the only state out of all 50 states, you're going to have a bunch of drug addicts rush to one state.
Exactly.
And I don't think the services are going to be able, and that's why when you came in, I used that comparison of Woodstock, because you basically had a bunch of people flooding to an area, and then they didn't have the resources.
I'll be honest with you, Jacob. I don't want to hang out with people on heroin or fucking crack or methamphetamine. I don't. I've seen enough of that personally that I don't want to hang out. I don't want my neighborhoods full of people like that. I deal with meth heads enough just in my town of 400. I don't want that on like a bigger level.
I'm not trying to be trivial, but besides just, causing the market value to go down, it's going to impact everything, your whole frame.
I don't want that. I don't want that on a bigger level. I just don't. What I have to deal with.
Some people are like,
right now
man,
is bad
what
enough.
can't you?
So then I
Some
would
people
ask
are like,
you the
man, you ought to be able to
opposing
drive a truck. You ought to be able to drive a truck and smoke weed on the weekend. And I said, well, man, people don't want to be driving around down the highway, and people are driving trucks and are fucked up and going to cause a wreck. Period. Sorry.
Well, let me ask the opposing question then. I would say, do you think that we should ban all drugs, including the ones that the government is selling to people that kids are already addicted to, and we should make them go sober as well?
I think it depends because I've seen
Which
children.
ones are
You're
kids
okay.
addicted?
It shouldn't depend. It shouldn't be like anybody that's on Adderall. That's a government
I'm going to
regulated
disagree with
drug.
you. I'm going to disagree with you because I'll
I
give you an
think that.
example. My son, the pizza versus lawyer, he had ADHD from, he got diagnosed when he was 5. Like we're talking extreme case. The school's calling, doing everything we can. We tried therapy first, everything we could do.
I agree.
If it wasn't
I
for
was
the
telling
Adderall, he wouldn't graduate. He wouldn't have been law school. He wouldn't be the smart kid he is because he was able to focus. Unlike the other kids in class who are bouncing off the walls, he was able to, if that makes sense, like in his case, it was a necessary.
but
Not all kids is a
okay.
necessary.
So
Not all kids.
so
Just
do you
certain
think
cases, it just depends. I don't think
so
people
do
should be
you
on
think
opioids unless they're dying.
so do you think the number of people it benefits outweighs how much it gets abused by society of people taking other people's medication of Adderall or something like that?
No, I think it's overprescribed,
Probably not,
overabused,
but
and it's ridiculous.
probably not. But doing one doesn't solve, but one isn't better than the other. I mean,
But
I
here's
think
the
it's
deal, though.
And that's
fun too.
that's why I find it hard to make the argument that we should just keep banning drugs around the place.
All right, I'm
Just,
back, y'all.
just so the government
Here's where Dr. Palermo
Hey,
burst your
Blast,
little
nice, glad
bubble.
you're back.
Okay, I'm gonna bust
No,
your
I
little bubble.
agree with you, Jacob. I agree. Sorry, guys.
You
I know
have-
we're stepping on one another. It happens.
Where is your parental responsibility? It is your responsibility to research the doctors, research the medication. It is your parental responsibility. If you do not
But
feel,
baby, with the damn medication, even the medications got 2 sheets long of fucking side effects and everything. You can't. I mean,
Yeah. So
maybe you should
I
go see
mean,
another fucking doctor. Go see a different doctor. You know,
and that's like saying
doctors
that
are
you.
not gods. Okay, they're not gods. They're
But that's-
humans. Okay, they don't
Hey,
know.
baby, let me ask you this: Do you guys? Let me ask all of you this: Do any of you read the terms or EULA EULAs? Do any of y'all ever read a terms of agreement or EULA, which is long as hell, a lot of font? People say, and I saw something where it came out. They're saying when you agree to those things, whether it's a phone app, whatever, they will sneaky ass shit in there, and then something happens down the line later. You want to sue that company for something. You've agreed in EULA on some other app that they provided or was a part of that you would never arbitrate or sue. It's arbitration.
You've
Yeah,
never heard the phrase "always read the fine print." You've never heard that phrase. Always.
I've always heard it, but I'm just saying nobody does it.
Regardless,
I'll admit I don't.
I do it. I do
I
it
do.
some of the time.
Yeah.
I don't think we can make an excuse for like I used to have ADHD. I was prescribed Ritalin at the time, and it turned me into a zombie. That's why I didn't end up taking it.
That's not good. That's not a good thing.
Now you said used to. You said used to. I didn't. You mean you don't have it anymore?
Probably. No, I still probably do have ADHD.
Yeah, like my.
I solve it. I solve it in different.
I wasn't aware
ways,
if it could go in remission or you could
No,
get rid of it or not. I didn't know.
What happens
for me,
is
I had to fill it with other things. Like I had to be more active. I joined wrestling when I was younger. I was in football. I had to be more of an active young man because I was a growing young man. Of course, I had a lot of energy.
Like
it was overprescribed, but I was just saying in general, it was overprescribed in the early 90s for any kid that was hyper. So they would accuse you of being ADHD. So all of these kids
Thankfully, I didn't get it. Yeah. Thankfully, they didn't give it to me, and I was hyper.
Here's the deal: any good psychologist will say, "Okay, most kids with ADHD, no, you don't ever grow out of it. It doesn't go away. You don't cure it. There's no." But here's what happens: by the time the child gets to be a young adult, you learn to deal with it. You learn to manage it. I don't like hearing adults that are prescribed Adderall because any good psychiatrist is not going to give an adult with ADHD Adderall because by the time they're my fucking age or even late adulthood,
Yeah.